Biafra, where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want am strong. We Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we you
bia we jaja maka Biafra. We don't put our anyi onye ndu. Simon Ekpa.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, the path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight. Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you find them there. Gossip, the gossip is sweeter than honey from Igbo man. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it is. Trying to remove the bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad, and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? We have most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria. In the history of Biafra, not even during the war, I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into it.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit. We have decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created an environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria. All
of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Defense of Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed in our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our Prime Minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone. We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, I don't want to. No matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me on today's program. I welcome everyone that has joined us on this program today. Sorry for being very late today, and we must continue. I'm not going to take much of your time today. We are going to be as quick as we can in order to be able to handle some of the activities that I have. So I welcome everyone. I thank you for being part of the program today, wherever you are watching us from. If you are watching from TikTok, or you're watching from Facebook, or you're with me on David Hubbard channel on YouTube, where I'm hosting the program, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of the program. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect everyone that has connected. Whether you are commenting or you're not commenting, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of the program. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to be with you, guide you, protect you, and secure every one of you. Thank you for joining. And for those who are joining us for the very first time, those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, we want you to know that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Ngozi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today, under the leadership and command of the Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, interim, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. That is where we stand, that is where we will be, and that is where the light is. Now that you have known our stand, it's left for you to either pay attention and listen, or to look for an exit door. And if you have had the patience to listen to us, that will be good for you, whether you agree with us or not. By listening, you are going to understand a lot of things and you might have a change of mind. At the same time, if you want to join us on this platform, you are free, regardless your orientation, regardless your ideology, your opinion, your race, your religion. This platform is for everyone that is genuinely seeking for freedom. If you are genuine in the pursuit of freedom and you are in this platform, we welcome you, we appreciate you, and we accept you in this platform. Every one of you here one of us here welcome you. The only thing that qualifies you to join us on our platforms is for you to be a human being. As long as you are human, we welcome you. You can join me on stage on David Herbert channel to make your contribution, to ask your question, and to say your prayers. The only thing that qualifies you to join us is to be a human being. As long as you're a human, you can join us. We welcome you. All we ask is that when you are coming up on this platform, please try to make sure you appear in a decent manner, dress up yourself very well. We cannot admit you on this platform naked. And we do not appreciate people appearing on this platform with singlet. I've always said that that is the only thing you will do. And when we see that, we might not be able to bring you up on stage. But as long as you abide by the rules, appear in a decent manner, regardless your orientation, your location, your belief, your thought, your opinion, we will bring you in, then you state your case. No one knows it all. We are all learning from one another. We disagree to agree. So if you feel you have a strong argument, a more legitimate argument, bring it on. Let the whole world watch us and let them judge. And at the end of the day, we will either learn from you or you learn from us. In this platform, members of the cabinet are watching and they are present and coming in when necessary to respond to questions. So every questions you ask will be responded to. There is nothing you say here that is in vain, including your write up on the comment section. There are people monitoring and reading your comments. Members of the cabinet are following. So whatever genuine and sincere suggestion you make, it will seriously be considered. And I bet you something must be done where necessary. And when you join us on stage to speak, I urge you to speak in a very civil manner. It doesn't matter where you belong. It doesn't matter your opinion. It doesn't matter how angry you are. It doesn't matter what you are saying. All we ask is that try as much as possible to be civil. You can make your argument, state your statement, and hold on to your opinion. At the same time, be civil. Your civility will help us to understand you better, and will help the authorities to also listen to you and probably implement whatever you have said or look into it. So that is why it is important that you are civil when you join us on this platform. Very important. So I appreciate everyone that have joined us wherever you are joining. I welcome you once again. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. If you have not yet liked this program, or you have not yet shared it, or you have not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please do that as we proceed. The social media network does not help us to promote our program. It is what you do by sharing, by liking, that is what helps us to grow. The message of Biafra is a strong message. You know, the world generally does not want the truth. The world do not like the truth. They prefer entertainment. They prefer where you're going to speak the language that they want. So that is why each time we come on our social media networks, every one of us that is genuinely pursuing this struggle, we are having the same battle of reaching out to those who need to hear us. The notification most of the time is not sent to people. You can see our platform with thousands of subscribers, but when you come online, it is difficult for you to have enough people to speak to. It is not ordinary. The platforms are under attack, and the social media networks are gagging us to make sure that we don't reach to people we are supposed to reach to. But we cannot stop. I have already made a promise to myself that whenever I come online, even if it is only one person that is watching, I will pass my message. I will do my own part, which Chukwuka has given me to do, pass the message, and it is the duty of the people of the world and Chukwuka himself to reach out to people who are going to hear the message and send it to them to hear. So today we have come once again to do what we know how to do best. And we are speaking on the topic which says happening Time to walk the talk. As United States of Biafra, under Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko, stroke Deputy Prime Minister Dr. NgoziOrabueze, engage the world. We will continue to engage the world. It is very important that we remind you of this process and procedures that we have to go into, because our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, told us beforehand. That is one beautiful thing about this Biafra restoration today. Everything that is being done is following the template that is being laid down by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He drew the template and he made it open to everyone, except for those who are not paying attention. You remember when during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when it was not yet time for us to get into it, during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, those of us who were broadcasting then, when people come to our comment section, what they always tell us is, we need action. We need action. Some will come and say, what is your template? What is the template of getting Biafra? How are we going to get it? This and that. This question we are asked again and again. Even some people ask the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu question directly in many interviews that he went to. They will always ask him about his template. His template, how do you intend to achieve this? How do you intend, what is your roadmap? Your roadmap, your roadmap. That roadmap became a talk of the day until when the time came. When the new dimension was unveiled, Mazi Simon Ekpa did not wait for a second. He drew up the roadmap on how to get Biafra. He drew the roadmap and told us what we are going to do. And on that roadmap, it was a multi-dimensional system to restore Biafra. In that multi-dimensional system, you have the civil disobedient approach. You have the diplomatic approach. You have the political approach, and you have the self-defense approach. These are the approaches that we used to follow to make sure that Biafra got to where it is today. He did not just say it and kept quiet. Every of these approaches were ongoing and kicking. And he also went further to say that we have strategies. Our strategies is from A to Z. And before we follow it or complete it, definitely we'll be in Biafra land. Today we can see the successes we have made. And that is why when you hear the Deputy Prime Minister telling you that the Prime Minister already have laid foundation on how to get Biafra, the strategy from A to Z. He has laid the plan from beginning to the end. You had the video I played when I was starting, where the Deputy Prime Minister made that comment. That the foundation on how to get Biafra has been laid. The structure have been put in place by the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and it is from the beginning to the end. So sometimes I find it difficult to understand why people get confused when they see the Deputy Prime Minister open a page. When a page is being opened, simply because that page doesn't favor you, you get angry, you fight it, you blackmail it, and you talk against it. But I bet you your anger, your blackmail cannot stop the Biafrans from moving forward. You can never. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you do. You can never stop Biafra from moving forward. Every single one of us in this struggle today have made our choice, and we know what we want. We started in a very good note, following the foundation led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And one of the instructions given by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was that we should make sure that everybody is carried along. And we have been doing everything humanly possible to see that every Biafran is carried along. Even in the face of the difficulties, in the face of the troubles, we make sure that everybody is carried along. In making sure that everybody is carried along, it doesn't mean that those who doesn't want to follow up will delay us. No, you cannot. There are people who will not like to follow up. There are people who are bent to remain where they are. What we are going to do is to pass the information. It is left for them to either take it or leave it. We cannot say because these people are not following up, we will not pass information or will not do what we are supposed to do. Let Chukwu Okikabiyama be the judge. Every single broadcast we make today, we stand against those who are fighting against Biafra directly and indirectly, knowingly and unknowingly. That is why it is necessary that we come online on a daily basis to lecture, so that those who may be, for lack of information, will fall out as threatened. You wouldn't have an excuse to give. We are making sure that nobody have an excuse. You wouldn't have an excuse to give and say, this is why I did not support Biafra. This is why I betrayed Biafra. I didn't know. That is why today you have to stand as a human being and make up your mind and make your choice. You have the right to choice. Chukwu Okikabiyama gave every one of us that right to make decisions. Biafran government will not be the one to deny you the right to take your decision. Today, one of our anger against the zoo is that they have denied us our right to take decision, our right to speech, our right to life. And we cannot replicate the same thing they are doing. Every Biafran have their right to take their decisions. But the government have the right to direct you and let you know the implication of the decisions you want to make. If at the end of the day, after knowing the implication of the decisions you want to make, and you feel you can stand the risk, you feel you can face the consequence, go ahead and make your choice. Nobody's going to stand on your way. But the beautiful thing today is that after a long waiting for so many years, Biafrans are finally having a voice. And the voice of Biafra is speaking louder and clearer to places where it's supposed to be heard. Some of those places the voice is supposed to be heard are countries, organizations, and offices. For a long time, we have been on media speaking. At a point in time, some people began to call us online country because they never believed that we were making impact. People began to spring up from all corners and give us different kinds of a name. But in the midst of all those name calling, we were not deterred. We continued the message and the propagation of the gospel. That was the time of sensitization. We did amazingly well. And I bet you during that time of sensitization, IPOB as an organization did a marvelous job. IPOB as an organization did a marvelous job. They were on top. We were all on top of the game. Everyone was speaking. It doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are. It doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter where you live or what you are. Everybody was speaking on the same mind, shouting and mentioning Biafra. All we wanted then for you to open your platform and mention Biafra. That is it. Just call Biafra. And Biafran did that very evangelism amazingly well. Kudos to IPOB. But it came to a time when it has become necessary that OB has to grow. OB cannot remain as a ball. And when it got to that time, when it drew close to New Dimension, Mazin Nandekano saw it and he spoke about it. And he encouraged us to follow the New Dimension. He didn't say it from prison. He didn't say it in captivity. Mazin Nandekano was free, fully free, communicating with us. In his own freedom, he told us, follow the New Dimension. And obviously, in that New Dimension, it is not everybody that is going to be able to be active there. The new dimension doesn't need a crowd. It doesn't need everybody. In that new dimension, there are people who Chukwu Okike have appointed for it, and there are people who has what it takes to drive the ship on that new dimension. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave the order. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw the vision of the new dimension, he wasn't jealous about it. He wasn't scared that maybe the new dimension is going to take away something from him. He never did think so. He announced it even while he was around. And those of us that has open mind, we embraced it and we followed up. And then the new dimension built up and they did a marvelous work. In that new dimension, it was the creation of the face of Biafra and taking Biafra evangelism to the world. Not just to the zoo or to Biafra, to the world. And we entered into that. The new dimension started with expositions. And when I talk about exposition, it is not just to come and talk online. You bring out exposition with evidence. And the Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel, led that very exposition time amazingly well, excellently well. International communities begin to pay attention. People that matters begin to pay attention. Well-learned people and educated people, home and abroad, began to come into the way in, and they began to ask the question of roadmap. And he announced it without wasting a second. He announced the roadmap. And when this was going up, those who participated in agitation, some of them became jealous. Some became angry. Some became afraid that their title and their popularity has been taken away. And they began to work against that thing that they have fought for. Instead of fighting and continue to support, because the level of the restoration of Biafra have gone past where they understand or where they can perform. They feel that they will still want to be relevant, and they feel that not being on the front line is going to make them irrelevant. They still want to enjoy the popularity they enjoyed before. They began to have unnecessary competitions, envy and jealousy, and that destroyed them. While they were busy doing that, some of us were busy paying attention and learning to be able to adapt to the new dimension. And so many Biafrans were able to learn, adapt to the new dimension. And today, when you look at the broadcast of the Biafran people, Biafran media, it is different. It's not like what it used to be before. It is not like what it used to be during the time of agitation. You cannot compare it to what you used to see during the time of IPOBS organization. It is different. And those are the stages and strategies to follow. Those who were jealous and scared could not be able to learn. Instead, they focused their attention on propaganda and blackmail and distractions. And we moved ahead. Mazi Simon Ekpa did excellent job, took Biafra to the highest level ever, to the level that Biafra has never gotten to, even during the time of civil war. Every one of us know that one of the reasons why we lost the civil war was because Biafra did not have any international connections. We didn't have people who are speaking internationally to engage. In as much as there were people, there were Biafrans who were protesting abroad, but yet Biafrans were protesting in London. During the Civil War, Biafrans were protesting in London, but yet that is not enough. It is not enough. You need somebody somewhere who can be able to take your word and statement to the right source. I wish I could be able to lay my hand on that video. That was, let me see if I can be able to get the video of the protests of Biafrans in London during the Civil War. Protest was being held in London. It was a very massive protest going on in London. Biafrans were protesting, but yet lives were lost. The destruction of lives and property was still going on. So that will tell you that there are limitations to what protests can do. There are limitations to what protests can do. I'm not telling you that protest is bad. Neither am I telling you that protest is not effective. Protest is good, it's bad, it's good. It creates awareness. But it has a limit to what it can achieve. You need to have people where the debate is happening. You need to have representatives where the debate is happening to present your case. It is not just enough. It is not just enough for you to only come and talk and make noise and shout and all. No. It is not enough. You must have people where the issues matters. Let me try and search for that video of the protests in the UK during the time of the Civil War. Let me see if I can lay my hand on that. It will be very, very important for this program. So our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa did a great job, and he carried us. He took us to the level that Biafra has never gotten before. The discussion of Biafra began to resonate with people that matters. The issue of Biafra became a discussion in offices that matters, places that matters, and it became unstoppable. And I bet you that move today has helped to bring us to where we are today. I'm not telling you that the protests that have been made across the world did not do a job. There was a protest. Biafrans, IPOB as an organization protested all over the world. They protested all over the world, but the change never came. You can agree with me, with all the protests, the change never came. Protest was going on, and even in the midst of the protests, some people of the world, some countries of the world, organizations still say that they have not heard about Biafra officially. Officially, mark that word, officially. The world, as I have always said here, the world does not work with your sentiment. The world does not care about your pity party, not just we pity them because of your emotion. No. That is not how the world works. The world we live in and the international community operates based on facts. And when we talk about facts, official evidence tendered before them, that is what they look up upon to take actions, to take decisions, to do whatever they want to do. So you can protest for the entire life, or your entire life. You can shout and speak for your entire life. If you do not have people to present your case where your case needs to be presented, you will end up discovering that you just wasted your energy unnecessarily. You will wake up and you realize that you just wasted your energy. And this is what is going on, has been going on in the case of Biafra. The issue of Biafra has not gotten to where it's supposed to get to. Did Biafra at any point in time surrender? No. The people of Biafra, we are continuously asking for their freedom, continuously seeking for the consent of the world, continuously talking about the intimidation in Biafra land. But we did not have men who will go to the right places and present our case. When Master Simon came on board, he took up the challenge. He began to take the case of Biafra to where it needs to be. So many places, so many offices, he broke open. There were so many offices that looks like a taboo for us to get into. So many offices that seem impossible for us to approach. We began the approach. And that has brought us to where we are today. To this extent that today Biafran officials are being invited on international gatherings. So many international gatherings, we are being invited. And we are playing our role the way it should be. We have never chickened out. We have never failed. We are registering our presence everywhere. Right from when Master Samanaka was there, and now that they took him away from us and kept him silent. They knew that one of the weapons that the Biafran had is that we are establishing our presence everywhere that we are supposed to be. Never afraid of appearing anywhere we are supposed to appear. We were never lacking. And we saw, even in the presence of our Prime Minister today, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi is taking Biafra, representing Biafra to the highest level. And when you see the invitation that was given to the United States of Biafra, which I believe that the Deputy Prime Minister is going to be there live to represent us. It did not just come from the blues. It came because we worked for it. It came because we did what we had to do.
Country that gave recognition to Biafra.
Because it was time for it. And I bet you, in the same way it came, more recognitions are going to come, more attentions are going to be called. And if you could remember on the speech of our Prime Minister Master Simon Ekpa, that is one of the things he told us that will happen after the declaration. One of those things he said will happen is establishing the presence of Biafra in all the governments of the world, places that matters, representing Biafra in places, and also taking Biafra to the level it needs to be. And I thank Chukwu Okawera today. Just like Mazi Samunega have spoken about and said, that is exactly what we are saying today. I'm still trying to see if I can get
reject himself.
I'm still trying to see if I can get that video of the protest in London during the Civil War, but I can't be able to find it. If I can't find it, I'm going to try to search for it, and hopefully on the next program I will get it and be able to play it so that we can learn a lesson from it. Every single thing we are doing, videos we are playing, is to draw wisdom and knowledge from it. There are a lot of things to learn from what transpired in the past and our failures. So what I was just trying to say is that it is not just about the complaint, the protest. You must have to take actions. actions must be taken. Actions. Actions must be taken. And today, I am happy that the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is doing the needful. She is taking actions where necessary. The government of Biafra has been established very, very strong. Don't get yourself confused. The greatest mistake you can make today is to get yourself confused with things that are irrelevant. I know there are some other groups who might try to distract you or try to push you to the wall, but I want you to know, before you begin to align yourself anywhere, know that Mazi Simon Ekpa have kept on the ground a structure from the beginning to the end. Mazi Simon Ekpa kept a structure to get Biafra from the beginning to the end. It is page by page. And once you get to that page, it will be open. If you are not included in the next stage, do not get worked up. Don't say because you are not included in the next stage, because of that, you create a faction or you begin to run away and cause confusion. You are only destroying yourself, because the Biafrans will definitely find out that you are fake. It will be much, much better that once we get out of the level that you can be able to perform, once the rest of Biafra pass the level that you can be able to perform, take it with good faith. Possibly sit back and learn and fix yourself somewhere and begin to do something. It is not mandated that you must be in the forefront at all times. No. Even those of us who are broadcasting today, by the time Biafra is restored fully on the ground, most of us will not be in the broadcasting section. You might not see us on in our camera to say anything in the name of broadcasting. We can only come and give speech and post it, and that's all. When Biafra come, I am not going to say, oh, because I am a broadcaster, I was broadcasting during the restoration of Biafra, and for that, I must be in the broadcasting corporation. I must be in charge of the broadcasting corporation. I must be a broadcaster. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Yes, my broadcasting might be working now. I might be a very good broadcaster now that we are in agitation, and we not agitation, that we are in restoration mode. My program might be helpful. I might be speaking sense in this time of full restoration and recognition. But after recognition and full restoration, my service might not be needed anymore. There might be some other people that will come with other ideas, more superior ideas. All you need to do is to either upgrade yourself to their level, learn from them, and wait for you to be fixed somewhere. You don't have to come and say, oh, because you've been there, you do this and that, you must have to remain there and you keep us stagnant. It doesn't work that way. That only happens in the zoo. The world is changing on a daily basis. Things are changing. The only way you can be able to match up is to upgrade yourself. When there is changes, you upgrade yourself also, so that you can be able to be fixed and you follow up. But if you refuse to upgrade yourself and you feel that we will now come down to your level and join you, it's not possible. We will not. Wherever you are today, all you need to do is to support the government of Biafra. Government have a structure. And I've always said it. We should always focus on building the institution of the government. Every institution established by the government, we have to support it and build it. If it is finance secretary who is managing the finance section, support it the best way you can by making your contributions, following the procedures of the receipting, listening and giving suggestions from your own side. If it is the communication center, support the communication department Regardless who is there, whether you like the person or you don't like the person, it doesn't matter. It is not about that individual. It is about the institution. The institution called Communication Department. You must support it. Then we came to the Prime Minister's office. The Prime Minister's office. In Nigeria, they call it the presidency. When Nigeria talk about the presidency, you see every one of them rally around the presidency, those of them who support it. Even when they, no matter what they do, they support it and rally around it. Even though their own, they do it in a criminal way, they are also building cabals. They build cabals. But we have to start learning how to run away from those cabals and focus on the institution as we are building our new young nation. We have to support the office of the Prime Minister. That is why when I see people fighting against that office today or talking trash, I wonder where their minds are. I wonder where their minds are. The office of the Prime Minister, the government of Mazi Simon Ekpa is still running. It has never stopped even for a day. I don't know why people think that the office is not functional and because of that, you want to appoint somebody. What makes you think so? We have never seen the office of the Prime Minister lacking behind. We have never seen them not responsive or doing what they're supposed to do. That office of the Prime Minister is not one person. Every one of us as Biafran, we are part of that office. But there are people in that office to manage it. In that office of the Prime Minister, we have our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, as the director. He is in charge. Under him, you had the COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, working closely with him as the chief of staff then. And that chief of staff manages all the staff that are under that very office of the Prime Minister, making sure that things goes well under the government of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. And all of a sudden, somebody wakes up and says that the office of the Prime Minister is no longer functioning and decide to arrogate to himself and acting. What are you acting? Acting on what? Are you acting on behalf of somebody who is dead or somebody who is missing? Acting on behalf of what? What are you acting? Mazi Simon Ekpa is not dead. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not sacked. Mazi Simon Ekpa is still the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Zion. Has all the offices working under him, ministers working under him. The chief of staff is still there, getting information from him directly and passing information the way it should be. And you feel you know better. You want to create another structure outside the structure that has been created from the beginning to the end. And somebody still come and get confused and say he or she is confused. I'm sorry. There's nothing to be confused about. Focus on the structure that have been put in place by Mazi Simon Ekpa from beginning to the end. What you are seeing today is implementation of everything that Mazi Simon Ekpa put in place. He drew the map. Mazi Simon Ekpa drew the map. You know, some of you, I don't know, when you say you are a follower of somebody, maybe you just like the person's appearance. You like him because he's from your village. He speaks your language. He's your religion. But if you really like the person for what he has to offer or what he says, I see no reason you will be confused as per who is today holding onto the legacy of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon. In speech alone, just go and listen to the speech. When you listen to the speech of the COS, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, you are going to see the difference clearly. There is no doubt whatsoever. And she is doing exactly what she's supposed to do. Taking Biafra to the world, speaking to people that matters, reaching out to people that need to reach. Every office is very, very active. Secretaries are working day in, day out. Strategies are being put in place. Only those that feel that they cannot be able to adjust to what is right, those who want to remain the alpha and omega in where they found themselves, they felt that since they cannot be able to be part of the extension and the new development and the new face of Biafra, they have to work against what they have fought for. But I want every Biafrans, for every single action you take or decision, there will be a consequence. That is why I end up in this program by saying, every time I say it on my program, that for every decision you make, there will be a consequence. So don't make decision and say, it is because of what Chuk said on his platform. It is because of what I heard from this brother or that brother. It is because of, no, don't make decision based on that. You have the right to make it. All we are doing here is to open up the points for you. Give you some information that you don't have, or remind you of information that you ignore. At the end of the day, you make up your mind on your decisions to make. To get recognition is not by propaganda. You don't get recognition by propaganda. You don't get recognition by snapping pictures. We are talking about documents, written documents, signed and sealed. And for you to be recognized and be legitimate, there are things that will be required. The United States of Biafra was declared on the 29th of November, 2024. And someone stood there on that podium, the whole world was watching, penned down a signature and said, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, from today onwards, we become the United States of Biafra. And all Biafra shouted and celebrated. If you saw that and you were there, and today you're still telling me you're confused, I am sorry, I can't help you. You better remain in your confusion. When you wake up, if by God's grace you wake up in Biafra land, maybe the Constitution and the law will explain to you better. You will understand better. You're welcome, my beloved brother and fellow comrades. Thank you so much for joining us.
Otutu Oma from my end, my beloved brother.
You're welcome, sir.
Because remind me that your topic, you just get that topic either about title. Also,
time to walk the walk. Time to walk the walk as United States of Biafra under our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. Deputy Prime Minister.
I thought I saw something like a talk there.
Huh?
I thought I saw something like time to walk the talk. I don't know.
Yes, time to walk the talk.
Okay.
Time to walk the talk.
Is actually time to walk the talk. You know, that statement there, I believe every person may not really understand that very top, that title there. We have to let them understand. That is for me what I understood about there. Because time to walk the talk. The talk there, to me, is now in the past tense. Or present, no, how do they used to put it? Is it present participle? I don't know how to translate it. So, but
it's just in the past. The talk is in the past.
There,
Just as you said.
That talk there, to me, is on the past.
Past tense.
And then we have to now walk the talk we have talked.
The walk is in the future, in the now that we are.
And now we have to walk the walk now.
Yes.
That thing that you have been talking about since yesterday, since the last year, now we want to put it in practice by working it out.
Exactly.
That is the way I understand that very topic.
Absolutely right. You are right.
And that is exactly what you are, expatiating, because I am just here listening to you. You are just expatiating that topic you wrote there, presenting what our Madam You Must Bow is doing. What she has achieved in this short while that our Prime Minister is not in the picture. I believe that Biafrans are also seeing what that Madam You Must Bow is doing. It's not hidden. It is only hidden in the mind and in the eyes of the hypocrites and people who doesn't want the progress of United States of Biafra, even among us. They pretended that what that woman is doing and achieving is hidden to them. And they are counterfeiting it, countermoting it, trying to paint it black and red as if it doesn't exist. The glorified DOAs in the picture. Same thing that DOAs started doing immediately our spirit leader was kidnapped. Same thing they are doing now. Trying to, look for sympathies in deceit. Deceiving the gullible Biafrans. We should not allow that to happen. That is why we must continue in this part of the truth. Whether you have viewers or you don't have viewers like me that are just starting, we must continue in this part of the truth. Because the truth is the only thing that can stand the test of time.
Absolutely.
Deceit will never. Deceit can only excel for a while and it will disappear on the thing A. Now, to support what you are saying or to make a point into it or some evidence into it, how is these people that are disorganizing the thing that our Prime Minister has built, and they are turning around to behave and speak and, put themselves in picture as if it is our DPM is destroying what our PM has built? Because that is exactly what they are doing. That is exactly what they are doing now. Continue to attacking and attacking and attacking whatever that very woman that God is using at this point is doing. They go ahead and start to attack her, demoralizing her, trying to put her down. I saw the invitation, but I thank God for our DPM, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. She's smarting them. Yeah. She's actually smarting them. Because yes. I saw when she posted the, a kind of an article, something that was sent to her, say, we're expecting you in a small way. Before you know it, bam! How much I put that? This, every person can get this. By the time they finish saying every person can get this, and I saw Agbarawa doing the samples. He tried it and tried it. That day, he didn't even get it. The thing fell. And what is he doing? Trying to put down on what God is using our DPM doing. That's what he wants to achieve. But you know what? When they finish that, their jamboree, our DPM, Madam, you must bow, now carry them, somersault them, like I don't know whether it's up to 10 feet or 20 feet. But yes, you see it by producing this. The woman now come up and produce this. Oku gundi no. So Mboku Burhanono, they didn't even stop. Because you normally say the enemy will never surrender, they will never stop.
They will not stop. Oh.
They continue. They now went to use this our brother. Let me choose. This man, Eunice. The lobbies, Golatoris, no Eunice. The Eunice now come up with his photoshopping. I don't know if you really understand what I'm explaining here.
Yeah.
They went and do photoshopping to come and deceive Biafrans and begin to narrate so many stupid things. Imagine saying that we are looking forward to see 1,000 following you. That is the 4, 5 to 6 people that we are giving to Ngozi, our DPM, have now changed from there to 1,000, giving you to bring thousands. As you are talking to morons, as you are talking to stupid people, that you are the only one that are coming there, they only expecting your crowd. That is why they give you up to 1,000. Oh my God, that you will come with. They give other people 5 people, 6 people to come with. Now they are giving you 1,000.
1,000.
And you want us to believe that? You want us to agree that that is exactly, you are saying the truth. Biafran, I hope that you are listening. I hope that your ear is open. I hope that your eyes is open. What nonsense that these people are doing. They want to give us Biafra. Is this how you want to give us Biafra? I mean, to restore us Biafra? Let me ask them question. Let me ask these people question. What have you achieved in the absence of our Prime Minister? What you have achieved is to make CRC to become what is it called in Nigeria? INEC. What you have achieved is to use CRC to become INEC. What a shame. And the CRC that have been dissolved go ahead to be doing that. Okay. This Ogen Kere, Isaiah Anyog, is he actually qualified to be a prime minister, an acting prime minister? I believe that he doesn't qualify to be there. You know why? Because there has been evidences here and there as an ex-convict. I don't know in the world, apart from being a political, prisoner, I don't know anywhere in the world where an ex-convict has become a president. My brother, if you know, you can remind me, please.
I don't know.
Yeah. And this man, there is a lot of crime that he has committed, up to 3, 4, 5 to 7. That he has gone to jail and come out. Even Manko webutere amụ ya n'etiti iro ebe ndị mmadụ bakọ were mma enugwu mmadụ niile anya. Were mma enuo ndị mmadụ tonda n'isi anwụrụ ya dị ya. Gawa nga. Ọwụ otu a ka ọ ga-esi wee is this how an ex-convict will become our acting minister? He should be ashamed of himself. He should go inside and hide himself in shame. And the people are following him. Biafrans that are still following this man, you mean that the ex-convict want to be your president, want to be your leader, and you accept it? Where? Is this the kind of United States of Biafra we are fighting for, we want to bring, we want to establish? That means that we are now the same thing with the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. Because the person that are their president now is a real jagaban. People who know how to commit crime. Somebody that went to university in Chicago as a woman and come out as a man.
Same man.
And now it's ruling Nigeria. So the same thing that they are doing in Nigeria is what you want to bring in Biafra land. That will never happen. My brother, if I continue talking, now, I will take all your time. Let me just allow other people to say their own opinion, because it's like somebody coming now. And I will still be here watching. Thank
you so much. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing and wonderful contribution. And you just took us to a very right direction, and that is one of part of those things we are saying when we talk about walking the talk. Why they are busy gossiping and looking for something to keep their gullible audience busy, we are focusing on reality. We are focusing on reality. And if you feel you can do a Photoshop, go and do a Photoshop. It will take just for a little time. Is it not on the 20th? On the 20th on Monday, the inauguration is going to hold. And we are going to see videos and pictures. If you like, go and sit in the crowd and cover yourself. And it doesn't mean we have a lot of us who are in the United States that knows what the whole thing is all about. The ignorant ones that are not in the United States, who are outside the US, or those who are in Biafra land, you can deceive them. But the people who are holding the pillars of things that are happening today are all in the US. So any Biafra that get confused about the invitation of what they're saying, many of us have friends, brothers, relations in the US. You call them, ask them questions, how things are being done and what is saying. In the inauguration of Trump that we have always seen, of course, there are people who are going to come as audience to come and observe and watch. They are not going to, but people are going to be, the whole place is going to be filled up. But there are people that has the invitation that will be at the right places. There are people that are invited that will be at the right places. So there is no amount of game or propaganda they are trying to straighten themselves up for. Just like in one of the comments, the one they drag, they call to say he's a lobbyist or whatever. He's saying that he's going to Finland. And I ask myself, what is he going to Finland to do? What are you going to Finland to do? Are you going to Finland? Are you a lawyer? You are a lobbyist. You were employed as a lobbyist, which you have decided to withdraw from the lobbying, and today you are now lobbying for yourself and for whoever you feel is your paymaster. You were supposed to be a lobby for Biafra. So whatever happens in the issue of Master Simon, the only person that has a right to say he wants to go and intervene in the case or present whatever is the United States of Biafra lawyer. We have our lawyer, Dr. Levy, and he is 100% with us. He gets in touch with the Deputy Prime Minister, prepares documents, and most of the documents that are being sent across the world today, and the people that matters, government that matters, Dr. Levy prepares the documents. He is a lawyer. If he wakes up tomorrow and say he wants to go to Finland, it's understandable. He is the lawyer of Biafra, United States of Biafra. And the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra has a restriction in Finland. He is the only one that has the right to say, okay, I have to go there and see him, hear from him, or do one or two things. But for you, that a lobby for Biafra, your lobbying doesn't have anything to do with Master Simon Ekpa restrictions or whatever. But in order to make their gullible ones happy and think that something is happening, they continue to push this falsehood. And for every step they make, just as you said, it makes them look more useless. For every comment they make and they think that is a propaganda against the Deputy Prime Minister, it makes it more easier for people to understand that they have nothing to offer and they don't have the powers and authority to do what they are doing. Because you see them putting hands where they are not supposed to put hand in. You see them talking about things they're not supposed to talk about. You see them trying to, just to make themselves relevant. When you see somebody who is looking for relevance, he becomes jack of all trade and master of none. You are here, you are there, you are here, you are there. But at the end of the day, in all those things, you are not doing anyone. But when you sit back and watch and you see the way the Deputy Prime Minister is going, the only thing that any page she opens, they will get busy in antagonizing her, castigating her, trying to make the counter whatever she's saying. And she goes on and on and on and on. And at the end of the day, they end up advertising her. And why I love what is happening is that this is exactly what Master Simon Ekpa faced. When Master Simon came up, the popularity that Master Simon Ekpa had today was mostly propagated, announced, and advertised by the DOS. When they thought they were antagonizing Master Simon Ekpa, they thought they were demonizing him. They didn't know that they were announcing him to the world. Go ahead, my brother. Speak. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to ask you a straight question before I will say what I want to say. My beloved, do you think that these people, when I say these people, I mean Ogenkere, Isaiah Anyog, I mean Sonny Akbarawa, I mean Vam and their Eunice guy, Adamma, lobbyist. The lobbyist, alias Adamma. Do you think that they have any document in regard of redeclaration of United States of Biafra?
I don't know where they're going to get it. It's a very simple question. They have nothing. They have no document. There is nothing that has to do with the declaration. Nothing that has to do with Biafra that has the documents. Not just the declaration.
Thank you for answering that question. They don't have this document unless they forged it. Remember, I saw one of their article where they were presenting the declaration. They claimed that it was one guy, the one that read the grievances. Read the grievances.
Yeah.
They say now they are like claiming now that it was even the one that read the grievances that declared the Biafra. And in that their article, I mean, how gullible can these people be? For God's sake. How gullible will these people be? That is somebody that come and read the grievances, and according to the write-up of that grievances, there is a place of, he said, he ended up on full stop, that because of this and this and this, we have come to declare Biafra today. And they take it to be that he has declared Biafra. But exactly, that is what it is. That's what they think. And after they clap hand, he continued, reading. And that article I read, I saw where they put December 2nd. And they are showing it to the public to say that they can't vote and not in agreement of November 29th, right?
Yeah.
Then my question now is, did not Ogenkere follow the people that went and signed the document of redeclaration? Because I didn't go to Finland, I was watching. I saw when people, the attendee were filed in line going to sign documents, right?
Yes.
I believe that Ogenkere also went to sign that document. I believe that Van went to sign that document. I believe, Sonny Agbarama wasn't there. So, after going to sign this document, they now come to talk about December 2nd. Maybe I didn't see that one, or I was sleeping when that was happening. There is another filing of line to go and sign for the 2nd of December, maybe, right? Because I didn't see that. I didn't see where the attendees also went and signed another document as in support of December 2nd. So, who is deceiving who here? Who is fooling who? I am saying this thing like this for the eyes of Biafrans, especially the gullibles, to open so that they will know what these people are doing. They have turned to become, like I call them, glorified DOS now. Otherwise, they shouldn't be doing what they are doing. Where are you going to go to convince which nation are they qualified to go and present document to say, come and recognize us? Or are they going to go to nations with empty-handed to be recognized? Which way are they going? I pray that God will help these people because their shame is shaming me already. I will hold on from here, my brother, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I welcome Greg. Greg, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Greg, let's hear from you. Go ahead and speak to us, Greg. Are you there, Greg? Greg, unmute yourself.
I'm trying to mute myself. Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Let me just have a little bit, 1 second to pack so that I can talk freely.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm free now. Yeah, thank you so much. Before I proceed, I just want to ask one question, please, Mazi. This December 2nd, I want to ask, did the United Nations, America and Europe and Asia and Africa give us this mandate that if we declare this the Biafra on the 2nd of December, automatically we got recognized?
It's laughable, my brother.
No, please, can somebody answer me that question? Huh?
The answer is no. It's a date that we give to ourselves. We choose the date when we are going
yes, this is what I want to hear. So why is somebody making it?
It's just like when the UK wanted to go out from the EU. You know, they placed a date, a benchmark. The first time they failed, they couldn't be able to catch up with the date, and they extended it. And that is how it is. It's you that will decide when you have to do it. Yeah.
So, what is their problem? What is their problem? Because yesterday I read article written by one of the men on the ground. He was saying, because they elected him to be the Secretary of Defense. I said, I cannot believe that our people can be so stupid to this level. Honestly, I cannot believe it. That somebody who want to be free, somebody who pray, fast, work, use the money he will use to feed his family, and put in this agitation. Somebody who risk his life, go to on the bush and sleep for this struggle to be free, cannot be honest for himself, cannot be honest for the country that is fighting to become or have. So why our people still have that evil mind that is holding Nigeria down to today? You and your brother or your sister will have disagreement. You will be causing him to die. He will die. His family will die. Everything about him will die. What kind of witchcraft mind is that? Honestly, it disturbed me so much. It disturbed me so much that you have disagreement with your brother or your sister, which happens between a wife and husband, which happens to a father and a son, which can happen to a mother and a daughter, which can happen to a daughter and a father. And then they will go and say you will die. Everything concerning you will be wiped out. You will not meet anything. You will not have anything in your future. My brother, I cannot believe that our people will have this kind of demonic mindset. That is not the Biafra. It is not the kind of Biafra we are looking for. Coming to the people, the man was talking about his NgoziOrabueze and the other man. What do you call him? They are looking for Biafra, but what makes Nkere a difference is that Nkere is following Chata. I said, what is Chata? What is Chata? What is Chata? The Bible said that law is made for man. You see, law does not mean that when they make law, you don't know what is right. That if a law have to tell you what is right before you do it, then you don't have any place in this Biafra we are talking about. That is the truth. So the charter you are talking about, I'm not a lawyer to go into charter or constitution. But if I can understand what NgoziOrabueze did was trying to resolve the cabinet. And you must not be in the cabinet before Biafra will come. You cannot force yourself to work with somebody that you don't even like. You cannot force yourself to work with somebody you know you cannot agree with. That is 100%. And as long as the PM have given her this mandate and the Biafrans have given her the mandate, you have no option than to bow and follow Biafra, not follow human being. That is the fact. So somebody who is coming here, spending your time, spending your money, your energy, at the end of the day, you end it on cursing your brother or your sister. And you forgot that you have been cursing other people. And now people get offended with you, you're going to swear for them. If that is the case, then maybe Biafra will not remain up to 100 people before that Biafra will come. So people should turn their back from evil. That is my main message today. Let them come out from doing evil. If you are tired of looking for Biafra, my brother or my sister, go and have your seat. As I was looking, I was listening to Mazichus. You were talking about stages of everything. That when you walk at a point when a situation gets above the level you're supposed to work, either you surrender, then other people would, it's a button, other people will carry up.
As simple as that. That's simple.
You must not. He must not. So I don't know what is their problem. Had it been they did not make this problem, maybe when they resolve this cabinet, they will give you another position and where you may work better, and people will take from that place who is more higher than you in that capacity, in that particular field. That is how things work. As I'm here, if any person, if I'm in any position and know that this person is better than me, let him take it. What I want is a result. That is what we are talking, walking the talk. That is the topic. You see? So I don't know what is the problem of the Biafrans. This, our DPM, got this invitation. They started criticizing her. If going to Trump's inauguration is very cheap, please, I want to go. Even if I'm in Germany here, before I will buy a ticket at any amount, let them get me that invitation. I want to be in that place. If it is very easy to get that invitation. You know, when Tinubu was inaugurated, did you not watch what happened to Soludo? They did not allow Soludo to come to some, even as a governor. They did not allow him to come to some certain point. And the American president is having inauguration, and you say that it's very, anybody can go and log in and print the invitation and go. My brother, I don't understand the kind of evil mind we have. People should repent. People should repent. That is my message this afternoon. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much for that contribution. You see, these people, when they are talking down on this invitation, I just laugh. And they will only deceive those who are new. I could remember that during the first tenure of Donald Trump, Mazin Nandekanu, at a point in time, I think either during their campaign or so, Mazin Nandekanu was seeking for an opportunity to appear there. I know the amount of money that this Department of Saboteur took in the name of making drawing the network for Mazin Nandekanu to appear on that inauguration. I knew what they were, how everything went down. And what we saw was a picture. We saw a picture of Mazin Nandekanu on the crowd. He was not even able to, there was no invitation, nothing. That was how we saw it on there. But at this point in time, you are seeing a legitimate call. First of all, our Prime Minister was one of those that endorsed him, and his name appears. When the campaign team, we are writing the list of people that endorse him, the name of our Prime Minister appeared. And during this time of endorsement, in this time of inauguration, they sent an invitation to the government through our Deputy Prime Minister. And somebody, because of your envy and jealousy and all that, you think you can manipulate. That day, you are free to go and force yourself into the crowd, stay in the crowd and take a picture. It doesn't mean anything. We are less concerned about it. What we are concentrating on is on the recognition of Biafra. And we are getting that recognition. That is how it comes. As long as they know that there are some people out there, our issue have gotten to the highest level. It is no longer like when we begin to look for people to help us and talk and do all this. Just as I was saying before, Mazi Simon Ekpa government have taken the issue of Biafra to the highest level. And that is the fear of the zoo today. That is why the zoo are sleepless. That is why the zoo go to their media is only lie and propaganda in their media. That is why the zoo is revising back into division of Biafra land, but they will not succeed. Divine Precious, thank you for joining us, Divine. Let's hear from you, Divine Precious. Let's hear you out.
Good morning, my brother Chooks. Honorable
Good morning,
Chooks.
Divine. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Biafrans. This is my first time of coming to your live. And
Oh,
I
you're
was
welcome.
like, even I thought you wouldn't accept me for the first time, but as you can see, it's just the spirit of Biafra. Though, just like it just reminded me of the first time I joined this our brother that is doing somehow now, Vam.
Yeah.
When I tried to enter, when I followed him initially, most of the time he doesn't pick anyhow, because you know they are on the forefront in this information and other things. We are like popular all this. So I was like, given this, so I don't know whether you pick me. It happened that I happened to be coming to his live till one day he accepted me. I talked in his life that day, and it was awesome. But today it's become another thing. Why I started with this statement was that as it stands now, what every Biafran should be looking, because I am no longer with him because of how things are going now. And everybody is now seeing the truth and the lies in it. What continues to baffle me is that it doesn't matter who you have been following or who you like or who you hate. This life is supposed to teach us that this human being you are seeing, there are two spirits that is operating in them. Whether you believe it or not, somebody that is too good can change to bad anytime.
Absolutely.
And somebody that is too bad can change to good anytime. What you'll be looking in any human being, both you choose, both me and anybody, because as it stands now, I have been saying this and I'll continue to be saying it, that initially I have a reserved 10% of trust in human, but now it is now 0. Why I turn it to 0 is that I don't know who is who again. I am looking to you to see that you are doing the right thing, and I am supporting you. I am praising you. And any day that I should see the other way around, I will not have any kind of two, because we have had enough shock. So even when people will be saying, like my brother Greg is saying, nobody is happy. Yes, but we should not forget that God is using this thing to teach us ahead of time that our people are very difficult. When you hear of Ndigbo, let me take Igbo as in particular, because they are the people that is having this thing in their head, like that is the way all this problem is coming from. It might not, other area might not be too, but this particular Ndigbo, they are very difficult. And God needs to train us ahead of time. In fact, everything that is exposable is needed to expose. So as it is paining us, let us remember that anything good doesn't come easy. You need to be trained. You need to learn lessons. So I did not say that because of what has happened that I don't have trust. The trust I have for anybody now is trust that you are doing it good. But anytime you deviate, that is why many people are making mistakes. That's their eyes of trust they are seeing them before. Some people are still using that eye to follow, not what it really is. But that mindset of they are our information minister, or they are why are you saying these people, if our PM didn't recognize them, why did he then choose? It's not about it. What we are looking into now is way forward and where this government is taking us to. When you say you have Biafra in mind, you want us to move, you want us to be free, and you are still remaining in your past life, you don't want to move forward. Tell me how you want it. And when my brother say about charter, all these things, we sometimes, is it not that make that, is it not human? Are they not the people that make that even the law? If you make law and you see that there are needs to change something, you can still change it. And who is in the hand to do that? If it comes to hierarchy of position.
My sister, there is one thing they forget when they talk about charter. Every single person in that cabinet signed a contract with the government. Every one of us submitted that contract to the COS. She was the one that posted the account, and that contract was signed. When you look at the contract, it says, whenever you disobey or you become a problem to the government, they have the right to sack you at any time.
Okay. Imagine. But they will not explain it. They won't explain it to people. And there is not even, I don't even know what is difficult for people to understand the reality from the top.
The contract is there.
I don't know what is difficult for them.
The contract is in public. The contract that every member of the cabinet signed.
My brother, this thing, I am not inside the cabinet, but me looking at what all the exposition that have been happening, I don't know anybody in the right senses that will not understand what is going on. When you see somebody, everything they are twisting it, you are seeing it with your color. When this thing started, I don't know why it's just this bam that it's coming from. The first place I went to live that is like, it was this bam. When this thing started, they said that our DPM have cancelled this thing fundraising. We were in his channel saying, hi, this woman, let this power investigation don't enter her. I was there with the very first time that this thing happened to see how these people are very deadly. And we were there like, why should this woman do it? I like to contribute to. So I was like, oh, let's look and see how it ends, because I don't know how we can survive without these defense people. How can a nation survive without defense and finance? And this is the two power engine they used to scare people. Even one day there was this man that during the last fundraising that was being why did he go the other side and come back the other side? Some people, where their mind is where people seem to win. Because what dragged many was about this finance and the defense. But finally, the gods of the land failed them, because they thought that heavy power will not, there is no way we can survive. But you see, it didn't even take time. People understand what it is. Even people that were not in social media, they entered and started speaking. And many turned back to them. So all these things, it doesn't matter who is talking to you. Talk to you. Let the spirit in you check whether it's the right spirit that is talking to you or is the wrong spirit. Because when some people will be coming to me and they're telling me, hey, this my sister, you are intelligent or you are wise, why did you follow the wrong chart? I'll be asking myself, how will I advise when a mad person will come to tell somebody with right sense that you are mad? What will the right person, that the normal person will not say to the mad person? I thought sometimes you will be tired of explaining to them, because their mindset has been disfigured. They can't reason any longer, and it's a pity. But for them, who God will still save, think deep. There's nothing left to be said, because everything is in social media. Every evidence is there. Yet you are still with your propaganda and saga and thought it will work. Thank you, my brother. Let me hold this here, because I know a lot has been said, and a lot will continue to clear the mind of people till they understand. Thank you.
I want to say something, sir.
Yeah, before you say, let me just appreciate her for that line of thought. That was
right.
A comment she made, and somebody have made that same comment on this very platform. And I want every Biafra to adopt that system. Keep your love to the rising sun. This issue of building a strong man and strong woman. When you come, you love somebody just because the person is talking about Biafra. You love him and you lose your senses. Stop doing that. Even me that is talking here, take the word, go and verify. Don't say, oh, because I used to go to Chuk's platform, Chuk's have said this, now you follow it. That is nonsense. Just like one of the media, what I was saying, that when election was held, when he was going to come and vote of election, instead of him to come and vote, he said he went and checked where his leader is voting. What does that mean? You check where your leader is voting, and if your leader is voting wrong, you vote wrong. No. It is about our collective interest, Biafra. Once somebody steps out of that line, let that love die a natural death. Your love is supposed to be for your freedom, for the United States of Biafra, and not for an individual. Go ahead, my brother. I want to speak.
Yeah.
Just make it sure so that we allow people to, there's someone else waiting. Go ahead.
My sister, thank you for saying it the way it is. I want to tell Biafrans that the charter that we are talking about, one of my friends, among the people that God used to make that charter available for Biafrans, in that very particular place that they are quoting, the person who put it down with the biro, I mean, my brother, you know what is called script writing.
Yes.
The manual, boost or go the manual before this year were type of idea. So the one of my friend that manually put that thing down on the charter confided in me that what they are interpreting there is not true. That charter shouldn't even come out now. It is not yet the time for the charter to come out in place. I hope you understand what I'm saying, my brother. But these people now went and hold on the charter and begin to use it to make propaganda. The question I'm asking them is it the same that charter that instructed that CRC should become INEC? Is it the same charter that tell them that they should go in the absence of our prime minister to inaugurate and even swear in new prime minister, acting prime minister? Is it what that charter told them too? Why are they deceiving us? Why are they not saying the truth? Biafran, wake up and let us walk the talk. I like that. I like that topic. That topic is divine. Biafran should wake up, and so we will go and walk the talk. We've been talking too much. Walk the talk anywhere you are. Even if, as we continue to talk, let's be doing the work, and let us remove every nonsense that come to defy United States of Biafra. Let us remove them. Let us back them up. I mean, like, turn our back against them so that they will not have the morale, the power, the energy to continue deceiving us. And what is the power, the morale, and the energy? It's about money. Money, money, money. Immediately there is no more money coming, they will go into oblivion, just like DOS has gone into oblivion now. Same thing is going to happen to them. And I trust Biafrans. I know what they can do. I know that they know the truth. If they want to put you down, they will put you down like now, because you are not telling the truth. Biafran will always follow the truth. Even the gullibles, it's just with time. The gullible ones will come up and join the people that are, that are moving. They are going to go into oblivion. Nobody will see or hear from them again. Then another thing is that very, very soon, in my end, today is already 17. It remained only 3 days. Propoto abani revi. Upon that inauguration, Propoto ga abani revi there. Because I will be watching to see where Ogenkere Gano. Now that very convention. See it again, just like somebody make reference of Sorudo, a governor, on the inauguration of Onyoshi. I will see where Ogenkeku Gano, eba genye yo chance in them and invite. Now that very inauguration is not going to be hidden. I will also see where let me not call Van Van Van, because Van Van may not travel to Washington DC, our White House. But Ogenkere nonso na Washington there, nonso there. So as only may invite Oga Abia there. I got who to see Bia, who want to see Wela, who wonderful Lehana Akbayabo RSCV something P. I who beg and Yoche wonderful seat. Who want to be our DPM no. Then I got who be Eunice. Fortunately, I'm on that na Eunice. Now Ogenkere are not the same area. So we will see it with our eyes. And also we are going to see their 1,000 people that they were asked to bring. Well, we'll see all of them there in 3 days' time. I believe that when Biafran will see what happened, it will help them to make a decision of where to be and whom to follow. I rest it there for now, my beloved. You are muted.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you so much. You have just said it, and that is how it is. And let's hear from our sister Perpetua. Go ahead and speak to us, Perpetua. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Brother Chus, good morning.
Good morning,
my fellow Biafrans, good morning. Whether you are a genuine Biafra or not, I say good morning to everybody, There's something Greg, our brother Greg, said when he was asking about the 2nd of December. Why are these people continue to talk about 2nd of December. That 2nd of December, I met when we came back from Finland. I think one of the first programs you did, I came in, and I said that 2nd of December was the day they agreed with their paymasters that they would disrupt that declaration. Unfortunately, our deputy PM, was smarter than them. And then it happened on the first day of the declaration, which many of us who were in Finland that day, they didn't know that declaration would happen that first day. And I told you that a major general called a friend of mine in my church has said, a major general, retired major general, these kind of people, they have information.
Yes.
He was so happy. He called my friend here and said, I am so happy that they declared it on the 1st. They didn't wait till the 2nd because Nigeria government has planted their agent to disrupt it that day. And what they wanted to do to disrupt it, and the police will be called, cause commotion, police will be called, and that will be the end. At the end of the day, all the effort of our PM, Simon Ekpa, would have been in vain. You understand? And then, I'm so happy, even till tomorrow, I'm still very grateful to Dr. Ngozi that she fought like a lioness and made sure that the declaration happened. It doesn't matter whether it was on the first day or 29 or 30, but at least it happened.
Yes.
So this is what every genuine Biafra should be grateful with. Because now what we are talking about now is recognition and not about declaration, because it is about this declaration that Simon is not here today, because the Nigerian government wanted to thwart it by all means, but they were shocked. It happened the other way around.
Yes.
So regarding Ogenkere, I'm bitter about this man. I'm bitter because all the things happening today in this struggle or in this declaration and everything is Ogenkere. Since I've been seeing that guy, my instinct, my spirit never taken, and it comes to play as that when you talk about Sonny, when you talk about Chiamaka Jerry, God now, how he has been bribing them. I won't say paying them, bribing them. I call it bribing them because some people we are using, he's been paying them salary. No, it is bribing them. Because as far as the Biafra government in Eza is concerned, there was no place they said they will pay their media team or anybody. So if somebody goes at the back and be giving people money, it's called bribing. So they bribed all of them about their conscience. And they continue to thwart all Simon has put in place. Okay, now when NgoziOrabueze talked about the fundraising, that there will be we won't have that first fundraiser after the declaration. All of them, they were mad. So why are they mad? Because most of us we are in Finland, and all these people who would do this fundraising, we are not in Finland. And most of us even came back, we are sick because of the weather and everything. So having that one debate, they use it as a propaganda against us to get the gullible ones they could get, But they themselves that did the fundraising, why are they not funding the men on ground? Why are we at the men on ground not doing woto the way they've been doing when Simon was there? Since they own it, he is the RTPM. This is the question Biafra should be asking. Why are the men on ground not doing the what they were doing?
Good question.
You
Very good
understand
question.
me? This is the question. Yeah, they did the first fundraising. They ignored Ngozi and went ahead and did the fundraising and continue to do it up till now. So why are the men on ground not doing their work? Why are they like why our Biafran people are being killed, butchered? Anyhow. So can we Biafrans ask Ogenkere and his cohort this question? What is happening? Where are those men on ground that we are doing what that Musa was crying? You know? So, and again, they said RTPM. Oh, you know, when they made him RTPM, I don't know, one of our brothers said here, I think testimony or what, how come a finance minister wants to be RTPM? How come? How come a CRC that was dissolved became an elected board, INEC, of Biafra? How come? I don't know why people can't ask themselves this question. And when I look at Elias or whatever he called his name, that starts saying that CRC, I was like, this man is really an agent as well. And when I listened to what you know, when he came to Finland, he said how he came to meet our prime minister, and he was just reading his newspaper one evening and decided. I said, then he saw the movement, and he called. I said, yeah, you remember what Job? You know, in the Bible, when Satan was going around looking for whom to tempt, you know, he didn't remember Job. He then remember Job and ask God, this your servant, if I can go and tempt him. God say, okay, go and tempt him, you know, but don't touch his soul. So this is exactly what is playing up here. Elias just came to this struggle, come and met Simon. At the end of the day, it was to what Simon did. Instead of him to be neutral, he said, no, he doesn't supposed to be crossing boundaries on all these things. This is the same thing Bruce Fayne was doing when Simon was criticizing Bruce Fayne. I said, oh my God, Simon, no. But at the end of the day, I said, when should a lobbyist start engaging himself in fundraising?
Exactly.
And this is the same thing this man is doing now. Can't you be neutral? Can't you face your lobby work? The lobby work should be go to US Congress, go to important people, countries, and get us recognized, and not all this rubbish meddling with the day-to-day affairs of Biafrans. That is crossing the boundary, you know. So I mean, Biafrans, like my sister said, and you say, you don't need to be here and be educating people who to follow or what to do. No, with some of these things, we should know who is who. Ngozi tried by our deputy PM tried by fire by force to declare that Biafra. They wanted to frustrate her. I could remember her fighting tears. Ngozi cried before she could even do it. When she came on stage, she cried. She was fighting tears because it pained her that it is supposed to be Simon that's supposed to be on the stage and do this. And it's not there. Even after that, even Uche is another person that cried.
Yes.
Honorable Uche. You understand me? They were fighting. So when we went for lunch, and I was asking Professor Chioma, I said, I like the way you comported yourself, you know. But our deputy PM was like, you know, emotional. You understand me? Oh, she said, And then personally, I never knew that all this infight was going on.
Yeah.
So when we came back and all these things started playing, I said, no wonder Ngozi was fighting tears. You understand? No wonder Uche was crying because they
Yes.
know what they went through. No
Of course.
wonder. And no wonder Chioma couldn't even shift because her face was just like no laugh, no nothing. I said, because they know what they plan. And all I have looked at the program. Every time she moved and gave Ogekere the platform on the stage, because before you come on the stage when something like that, a conference like that or convention like that, you must have a program to present.
Exactly. You must have a program.
You understand me? But somehow she will shift and give Ogekere will just from nowhere come up and start cussing Biafra, telling us rubbish. And I said to this man, why are you cussing us here? We spend our money to be here. Nobody paid our ticket, our hotel bills, and even the rest, and even our work we left. Why are you cussing us? Don't you think if we are not here, how do you think this convention will go on? Are you going to do it with seats? Not knowing that all these things this guy wants to thwart everything Simon did. You know? And on the second, they tried to redeclare it on the second. They tried. Chioma gave him platform. All of a sudden, he came out from nowhere again and started talking. Oh, you people, you will declare Biafra and everybody will queue on the line to sign again. You know, bro. Everybody will queue on the line to sign, you know, to sign your name, write your name and sign. And everybody was looking at it. But unfortunately, and that is why, you know, they didn't want to, like Ngozi explained, because I later knew what Ngozi did. Let me be saying it because of some of the Biafrans who were not in that convention.
Yeah.
When Ngozi tried to be, normally the vote is supposed to be counted and read for people, you know, but it wasn't because, like Ngozi said last, when she made some explanation some weeks ago, she said, she asked Chioma to come and read out all those voting. They said they are not ready. Yeah? So exactly. That is why she said that the vote can become will be announced maybe the result will be announced in 2 or 3 weeks time. So we are like, oh, why 2 or 3 weeks time? But now when she explained all these things later on, that's when we know. You know, so personally, that's when I put 1 or 2 together. I said, oh my God, this lady must have gone. So that end of that second, they want to go, wants to declare. That was the day Chioma then came to read the result of the votes. You understand me? And then everybody should go there. If you declare Biafra, that's what my boss said, what my Oga said. And he was in convention talking of Oga. I said, this guy, he think we're in Anambra market where we have Oga. You understand? So at the end of the day, he ran and ran, and people should go and queue on the line, and we didn't mind him. God the spirit of Biafra just did everything. Nobody knew those commotion. Maybe those of you who were watching from outside. But there are a lot of things that played out, which most of us didn't know, apart from now that things started unfolding. Please, we thank God that Ngozi was able to declare Biafra that day. If we didn't do it that day, I don't know, we may not achieve it again. So this is the thing I want all Biafrans to be happy with. We are not going to redeclare Biafra again. It's been done. And what we are going to fight for now and work on is the recognition.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved Sister Perpetua. Thank you so much. You actually gave us a deal of it. I could remember you are the first person that came here and gave us the very update from the hall, because you were present on that very day of the convention. You were present, an eyewitness, and everything that happens, you gave a testimony of what transpired even in the midst of all their lies and propaganda they pushed. And I thank God that you were able to scale through, and today Biafrans are getting what is happening. I believe many Biafrans today have realized their mistake. Those who have refused to see reasons, in time to come, they are going to come along. But we are not going to wait for anybody, because now we are walking the talk. We have talked and talked and talked, and now we are walking the talk. Nothing is going to take us back to yesterday. We are moving ahead. Let them run and catch up with us. That's all. My beloved brother, Freeman, free. Thank you so much, Freeman, for coming up. You are always here, one of the pillars with me here, carrying the program and make sure that it goes on. Go on, my beloved brother, Freeman. Let's hear from you. Unmute yourself. You are muted. Unmute yourself. Oh, let me unmute you.
Hello, good morning. Am I coming out clear?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right. Good morning, great Biafrans. Good morning, the good Biafrans. Good morning, Bro Chooks, and all the good comrades. Good morning, our COS. I will just start like this. Please, I want to beg for one thing. I don't know how it will sound, but let me say it. Can we just stop using gullible Biafrans? I think that statement or that language sounds somehow to we Biafrans, you know, because I understand what is going on, but I feel nobody is gullible. So I appeal if we can stop using that language to the gullible Biafrans. Just like yesterday, I just said, let me do Waka Pass. I did Waka Pass on their program because it has been long. It has been long. I stopped going to their program or listening to them. But yesterday I said, let me just do Waka Pass, you know, and it was late night. I think our brother Vam is there. My good friend, brother 55 Vision is there, and sister Obi, yeah, is there too. But could you imagine? In their program, 555 Vision has only 18. Vam has around 12 or 30 something thereabout. Obi has up to maybe 4 people viewing, you know. So it was like, I mean, the whole Biafrans, I believe Biafrans, we know what we want and we know who to follow. Because I normally say this, Biafran is a spirit and Biafra is no more a kid. It's just like what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say then. Biafrans are not stupid and they are not gullible, you know. When you keep saying the truth, when you keep talking, Biafrans will be listening to you. When they see that you're saying what they want or you're giving them the truth, they will follow you. But as soon as they saw that you are playing game or you're lying, automatically they will leave you. That has happened to many people during DOS. Yes. You know, even now, if you went to Radio Biafra, you only see maybe one watching or 0 watching. Why? Because before we are many there, you know, but as soon as they start lying, propaganding, then everybody went off. You know, when our prime minister was on Vogue, analyzing, telling Biafrans what they want, when people keep listening, everybody followed him. And that is what is happening now. Okay, at the end of their program, Vam said something and I laughed and I replied to them. It has been long. I haven't dropped any comment on them because I know what I want and I know where to be. You know, he later said, if you go to their program now, like he even mentioned your name and other ones. Yes, you can see many people, 500, this one, that one. All these are not Biafrans, so all these are. I was like, Vam, you saying this. I remember when we normally come to your program, you normally boast. You know, on Facebook, I have 700. On Twitter, I have this, I have that. When you calculate all, you get, oh my God. So now you know that now he can't have even good 50 people listening to him. Why? Because everybody is diverting. People are moving one after the other. So that's the reason why I said, if we will stop using gullible Biafrans, because why I normally angry with them. It means they are calling us Ndiara, while we are not Ndiara, while we know what we are doing. Likewise, when we are here using gullible Biafrans, people will be angry too. Like I knew many people when we used to do Ututoma with Vam Vam Vam, a lot of force has dropped. You can't see nobody there now. Even at the program of 555 Vision, before he came on studio, we will full up, you know, we will be attacking, I mean, we will be communicating. But now, even I told him yesterday, you are not like before. You are weak now. And he know it. He knows me well. He called me, You? I said, yes, it's me. You know what I mean? So, just like what you said, now, let's do the talking. The way you said it before, you know, blah blah blah. We have said before. Now we are doing it. We love COS not because she's beautiful, not because she's tall, not because she's in America, not because she's doctor, but because she is giving the Biafran what Biafran wants. We are following her because she is working. She is bringing Biafran. We are following her because she is doing exactly what our Prime Minister asked her to do. We are following her because just like when she wanted to go to the interview, the whole Biafran said, no, don't go to that interview. We are not listening. We won't follow you to that interview. Whom are you going to talk to? If you want to tell us about the situation of our Prime Minister, because we knew that that is what Nigerian damage wanted to know or want to ask her. But if you want to tell the Biafrans the condition of our Prime Minister or what is going on, you can go to Finland and ask Finland. Then you came back and tell we Biafrans not going to damage program to say it there. And she did exactly what the Biafran want. This is the government of the people, because people are the government. This is the reason why we love her. This is the reason why we are following her, because she is bringing, she is doing what Obatobi asked her to do. You understand me? So when we keep saying the gullible ones or the gullible Biafrans, there are some good, there are people still listening to Vam 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 or whatever, all those other guys, they are dropping one after the other. Just like I said, there are many guys we used to be there. This time around, I don't see them. I don't see their write-up or whatever. You understand me? So the Biafrans know really what they want. I'm why I choro. And when Zonia Wumaka na here, I need Rikita Ikwanye COS Ajanuku, so that she will move to make Biafran recognize, just like the invitation they gave to her. Everybody is happy. We all supported it. Even assuming they asked everybody to come, we are going with her. That is what we want. All right, they're over there debunking it. That's not our problem. But we knew that she is going. They invited Biafrans. They invited her. Not that they knew her, but they invited her because of Biafrans. And she is going there with us. We all Biafrans are going there. So this is what we want. You understand me? I've been aside in Kenkere or whatever. Ha dapugo and the ha dapugo. Ilego da niga mana odroko dimbo. And Now, have you got to go in a fundraising? I remember before she used to say, if you don't bring your money, God will punish you. If you don't bring, now he's not saying that anymore because nobody is going there anymore. People are annoyed when he normally used that statement, but they are not asking about it. You know, people are annoying. More now say, go. Your wonder. Mazi Namdukalu told us that even $1, do you know what it is? He asked America, $1 gebun hasimba or say unto $1 makwego no.
Yes.
If you don't bring or you bring this one, you bring, God will punish you. God will. How much did he bring? Even Akbarawa them. What they knew is only fundraising, fund. While where are the ones that we have found before? Where are the contribution we did before? We knew how it goes. Now see what is going on in Biafra land. Nobody is talking about Obrinze. I remember when our prime minister is there, on us in our Obrinze, they must go down. No, all the armies, they are afraid to stay in the barrack.
Yes.
And it's COS, NgoziOrabueze, is still using that statement because whenever you see her speaking, you will see the action. Yes. Not like Nkere, the homeboy in America. No, that's not what we want. I believe that the whole Biafrans, as soon as possible, everybody will just leave them totally. And that's how it's going to be. I don't have much thing to say, but to say, Mazi Chooks, thank you very much for your good work. Every day you're here, every morning, every afternoon, you're here. You know, nobody's paying you just like them. Nobody's giving you money, but you're doing it for the benefit of Biafrans because you want Biafra to come. You never castigate anybody unless they talk against. We never castigate anybody unless they talk about us. And the one that's why we talk about them. We must talk about them whenever they talk against us or whenever they lie over our COS or over this struggle. Imagine Madudika kwan vam. Osnaya uzi dibe. And that is dibe. Disgracing Biafrans. Many people has did what he's doing. Madudi Kefe. Where is she? Baby na pianiro. Prime Minister. That Prime Minister wonye obato bie now. That Prime Minister wonye butre chata hane bakwa. That Prime Minister wonye butre this constitution. And don't we want in Hana Amaro. This charter and this constitution has been written by our leader Mazon Namdekalo. I normally tell people, but they don't know. Oburu the whole paper binya one after the other. It's just like Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Nkola sapere ainaga. Nkola sapere ainaga tili rueba nokita. So I thank Biafrans, and I really know that soon, okuhaga pata and I'm not go. Thank you very much, everybody. I yield my mic.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you, Freeman Iko Tuoye. Thank you so much for your support. I see your handwork on the comment section and all your support. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your amazing support. And I welcome my brother Akonyo with it. Go ahead and talk to us, Akonyo with it. Can see you. Are you there? Akonyo with, are you free to speak? Are you there? Are you there?
Hello, Uncle Chooks. Uncle Chooks, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
My greetings to everybody in Alabama. They didn't do Kumala. Mommy, I am the Kunyaregi. I'm topic guitar. These days, I would like to be using Igbo because I can be confused. So I want to speak to them. Topic today, the very awesome. These people, I'm regular advocate that we should not be talking about them. But let me state my reason this morning. My reason, Bona, I am read the mind the matter too much. I never let anyone so good our life.
Yeah.
If I engage you, I can tell what you can do me today and what you can do tomorrow. Yeah, I'm the very na handy by chi onye le chi onye. Chinkem la agwa moku. Problem we go no wa bu chi mu kwata moku. Aga me mi ho kwuru. Follow demanding opinion. Nge-enwe issue. Ndị Bible kpọrọ ya small still voice. Mgbe anyị kala agụ ụka. No, na ka the voice of the Holy Spirit na-ekwu. Even during the time our PM nya, Eddie gom these guys, all of them. Ufutaboda semo ebe anya anyị nọ, ị na-ekwu ya that our mind and our eyes should be on the rising sun. But when you fix your eyes on the rising sun, whatever your brother do to you, you easily lay it off and be moving. But some people like that, our sister, that said that when you pose confidence mostly on somebody instead of the office or instead of what you people are pursuing. Now, because of that love, you may go credit to that person. Okay, take a time, you take a decision. Now, let me be straight to the fact. Where did they go with these people? I said it in your platform. I will go and dig out all the message. That na sile na kiala shine. Na since ya mere U-turn soro Simon ihe dere ya mma ya lumu nwa. O kwuru na onu ya mụta nwa na ya ka ya mụta nwa. Now, onye si no ba si ya leva mvamvam anya. Tension and depression no n'ime ya is much. Forget about hala kpọ ndị kwenyere na aka COS na ha na audio fundraising. Why are they now shouting that the gullibles are donating money? That the reason why we are shouting is that you should not go and put your money in your donation account, that your money will be used in Syria, used in Afghanistan, and they used to pack the people in Gaza. So why are they shouting? COS did not come and fight, that did not come and cry that Biafra are not donating money, they are not doing anything. So the whole thing about all the tata. These people, they are, I don't want to say what my mind told me about them. I mean, the all bu issue in the webe ndị mmadụ nọ. Ụfọdụ ndị pastors go la promoko. Say ala God ahụ unu so no suru unu kwa m na promoko. Na ya kpọọ m. Ọ bụgo the flash ya mee m ka m miss call ya. Enwe onye promoko. So I'm that last yes, the campo to miss call ya pick ya jerori ọrụ. Ọ bụ onye apụta sị na kpọrọ onye ahụ oku. Ije ihe la kpọọ we no kata emebezi ihe la chọ ime. That's from these people. Plan na ha nkwuo ya now, I got them my evidence. Or I'm not support to see again. Plan and that deadly. In that their cabal. Some headry you disrupt here Simon Lemme. Somebody their former grievances hungry that why will the Simon come and scatter what they are already enjoying? Exactly. Some of Simon disrupt the way has a go. Again. So many of them with a different motive to drive into that cabal. And when they were being driven, Abela physics as like pole repel, unlike pole attract, which is the law of magnet. Pose nege attract, pose repel. But when you come to human being, the reverse is the case. Like pole attract in human being, human nature, while unlike pole repel. Now, when all of them are pushing the agenda coming, they are now seeing that this one hates this man. This one, that's when they were able to pick themselves and now push. Since what the key, I'm not mean it lecture. Oh, can that please a bit? Everybody case now, woman, be from their legal person. Oh, yeah, put you on your like, before you know it, I'll be kiss again. I'll cause you on exchange your number. So, oh, now I have to pick it on her form there. Let's chase it for that day. I call Simon for this thing. Maybe how more goes maybe. So I mean that's Biafrans. Go and verify by yourself. If you want to pursue Biafra, be as in with anyone will give the reasons he just pursue na Biafra because of na he come across platform truths. Go say man alive. No. Burugodu ụzọ mụ onwe gị nnabata n'ịbụ Biafra. Ọ ya si ke legharịa anya n'akụkụ ka ihe mere ndị kwesị kwunyere Biafra. Inwe ha na such belief, onwe onye ga-akwagharị gị. Ọ ga-abụkwa ndị ahụ akwapụrụla aka ụwaziri ike ha so follow Nnamdi, akwapụhala Nnamdi, ha follow Simon ka ya abụ. Ị ga-abụ ndị onwe ndị ka nọ na nke ụwaziri ike kwechiri na ụwaziri ike ka enwetara ha Biafra. Nwoke ala aka nka ike la agbada. Onwe ndị ka nọ na-eche na ọ bụrụ na Nnamdi apụta ụbịa bidokwa ụwa isi na ha nwe ebe ha ga-aga. Ha chefuo na ha na-emegide Nnamdi. Because Nnamdi pụta today, ama m na pressure Trump bụ na pressure ga-adị ga-eme Nnamdi ga-apụta. Nnamdi pụta na ọ ga-agafere ndị ahụ. Because ọnwa nwe ihe ọ na-achọ afụgo ndị karịrị the baton running. Ọ ga-eje miche ndị ahụ ngwa ka ebe unu gbadobe nye agbopụtara dọkụmentị ọgọ ọsọ oke ụmụnne m unu mere ọfụma ama m na iwe njide m so unu eme nke a ngwana ka eme ya ụna. Ọ ga-eyuzu ndị ahụ. I know Nnamdi. I listen to him number of years. Ọ bụrụ na ndị ọsọ listening to him mgbe most of the information m mara about him enwere m ya first hand. Ọ bụrụ ndị jere gay now. Ama m ihe ọ ga-eme. He will push for peace. I've said it in your program. But pushing for peace does not mean he will now say that all the works of the followers of Simon Ekpa and all the works of other people is useless. No, he will collectively color the work, seal the work, and pick the ones of which I know that in that work that he will pick, the one our PM did will be on the greater percentage because our PM have a word, he have a say, and he have a lead. But all that are relented are like that servant that went and buried his own talent, stating that my master is a wicked man. I don't know what his plans are. Let me keep his talent. Whenever he comes back, I will hand it over to him. So that is what Simon will do. Nnamdi will do. Whichever of our leaders that comes first, whether Simon or Nnamdi. Simon will not come and just castigate them. We know. But definitely he will push for peace. And when he push for peace, he will move on. On Monday now, being 20, Prokoto ga-agbali ihu enyi. Ma ndị ji aka ha onwe invite. Ma ndị nwere invitation. Anyị ga-ahụ ya. Chineke nyere anyị aka ka edebe awa DPM n'ebe o kwesịrị idebe. Chineke nyekwere anyị aka ka o nwere ihe kedu ihe ọ na-aza bụ Trump ga-ekwu gbasara Afrịka. Ọfụchi ndị prọfet buru amma na ọ ga-abịa ebugokwara amma na ọ ga-ekwu gbasara Afrịka na ọ ga-ekwu okwu gbasara Naijiria. Trump pụta dade si Naijiria na si release Nnamdi. Enwere ike isi kedu ihe mere okwu oke release Simon, but ọ bụrụ na release Nnamdi release go Simon because Simon Nnamdi pụta ọ ga-asị ndị Finland ọ ga-adọsa ndị Finland. Britain nọ na be ha ka ọ dọsara ọ bụrụ Finland ndị ole bụ Finland. So let us this morning it is very okay. All our contributors and speakers they just spoke our mind. But those guys, to add to it, people should know the reason why you are going for Biafra, the reason why you are pushing for Biafra. The earlier you know it, the better for you. Because when you go out for an exam hall, other expo. Onye la agụghị akwụkwọ na chesco onye nwa ihe ọla chọla Biafra enyi dị ha ka agụọrịa achata ka ha gọbara chata kwụsịgo igbo ndị mmadụ laba anyị ka ha gọwara chata ihe niile ọ kwụsịgo rada ndị unu la-agụrụ chata le-gain momentum na la itizi mkpu la-efezi akwa la-akọwazi akwa lisi la-akọwazi n'ụkwụ la-asịkwenye na mmiri nwobere oge ha sikwu wee si tawakwuo ọ dịkwuo mma na ọhịa bụ ihe anyị chọrọ ha tawa nwee protein na ha la-atazi ahụla anya biko gwa na ha la ntị adịghịzi la ha la-atazi ahụ.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. You have spoken very well. I thank you, and I thank every Biafra that has participated in this program today. And I want to use this opportunity to remind us of our program that is coming up tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is going to be fundraising tomorrow, and it's fundraising of the states. It is fundraising of the states, all the states in Biafra land. the 40 state in Biafra land. This is not like before, you know, the system has been changed and the fundraising now is being done on two ways, the general fundraising and again the state fundraising. Last week was the general one, and this week, Saturday, is going to be the state fundraising. The whole state in Biafra and 40 states. So if you know the state where you belong, please reach out to your state. Whether you are living abroad or you're living at home, you can still support your state. Even if you're living abroad, you can support your state on the ground. So the things have been changed and made in a way that's going to be easy for all of us. You know, when we talk about this fundraising, it is the same us and us and us coming every time and now and again. So it is being splitted into two. After the general fundraising, which was done last week, this week is going to be states fundraising, every state. And I have said it, if you don't know your state yet, if you're here and you don't know your state yet, send me a text message. I will send you the map of Biafra and the 40 states of Biafra so that you can be able to locate your state and know your state. I have said this several times. For some of us who have my WhatsApp number, you can try to write me or send me a message. Once I see your message, demand for your state, I will send you the chart where you can be able to see your state and locate your state. Reach out to your state and know how to make a contribution. For those of you who do not have my number, I am going to call my WhatsApp number. I'm going to call my WhatsApp number. It is strictly for Biafra issue. And just send your message or you send your voice message. If you are calling, I might not pick your call. Strictly for Biafra and nothing else. I don't call people. I only receive informations and again, answer to questions of people. So if you have my WhatsApp number and you don't know your state, you can send me a message and ask me. I will send you the information about your state. And if you don't have my WhatsApp number, you can take the number down so that you can be able to reach out and I will give you the information about your state. The number is +447 864 397 169. +447 864 397 169. For the last time, +447 864 397 169. On WhatsApp only, WhatsApp calls only, WhatsApp messages. Send me a WhatsApp, then I will give you the required information that you need. Don't fail to be on the fundraising tomorrow. As you look at the topic that we choose, it says, walk the talk. Happening. That is what we are now. Time to walk the talk. Time to walk the talk. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Ngozi Simon Ekpa Njoko, stroke Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the COS. Every one of us must tighten up our belt. The government is already walking the talk. That is why they are going to all levels to make sure that Biafra is spoken about. That is why they are going to all levels to establish the government of Biafra and make sure that the institutions are strong. Today, we have secretaries of information in all angles. We have the Secretary of Finance, we have the Secretary of Defense, we have the Secretary of Information, and other departments. And every one of them have their own X handle where you can get information. For those who are on my platform, those X platforms have been shared. If you go to the platform of the government or if you go to the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, you are going to see the X platform of all those officials. So that if you have a question or you have something to verify, there are so many wrong information going out there. There are so many propaganda going out there. for you to get the right information, you must follow the right platform. And those right platforms, you can only find them by following the platforms of the government. Either you follow our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, like this very one you're watching now. I am streaming this from the platform of Deputy Prime Minister. This is our platform. This is the platform of Deputy Prime Minister. Once you go here, every information you see here is authentic. This is her platform. Deputy Prime Minister Ngozi Orabueze, Chief of Staff. Verified account, you will see it verified. So any information you get here is authentic. The same way you can follow the government platform also, the United States of Biafra government platform. We have our platform, United States of Biafra government. So you can equally follow the platform also. Any information you get there is authentic. There is no point of saying maybe or maybe not. This is the United States of Biafra government platform. United States of Biafra. This is the government platform. So everybody in this platform, you get the right information. Anything that is confusing you or you hear an information you're not too sure about, just go on X. Go on X and you type United States of Biafra government. Verified account. You will see it. You will see informations. Anything you see here is verified. United States of Biafra government. These are the informations you can find there. Updates are coming every minute. And if you want to be updated, you need to be following the platform. You can see when you go there, you can equally have the link to join other platforms, Department of Information and other. This is Department of Information. This is Department of Information and Telecommunication and Post. When you go there, you will see updates coming from the government. That is why you follow all these platforms. It is important. From there, you can equally link up to other important platforms that belong to the government. Let's see what this one is. He said, Rep. Sarah Jacobs, trying to raise the alarm about the key U.S. ally conduct after the Christmas strike killed 10 civilians. On Christian Day, a Nigerian military aircraft bombed 2 villages, killing. Exactly. The issue of Nigeria intimidation and attack against the Christians is not a new thing in Trump table. Trump talked about it before, and that was why Trump put Nigerian name, blacklisted Nigeria among the countries that are terrorizing Christians. Trump did it. But when Biden came up, Biden removed them. Biden just removed them for no reason. That is why you see this corruption is everywhere. Corruption is in the US, in the UK, everywhere. They are everywhere. Blinken and Biden removed their name. So Trump is aware of this very atrocity of Nigerian government against the Christians, very much aware. And he was one of the presidents that confronted Buhari face to face and said, why are you killing Christians? Trump asked Buhari, why are you killing Christians? Why are you killing Christians? So if he comes back today and he will see that the killing have even increased more than ever. So I believe he's going to do something. So there is very big hope on that. So my fellow Biafrans, you follow Biafran platform. This is government platform. You are going to be getting information update. Anything you see here is authentic. Anything you see here is authentic. They are authentic, and these are what you are supposed to know. That is the only thing you can find here. So the fundraising that is coming up tomorrow is a state fundraising, state by state. Try to reach out to your state. Know your state. Make your contribution. No amount is too small. It is time for us to come together and move this ship together. A time to walk the talk. We have talked and talked and talked. This is the time of recognition, and we have to do everything humanly possible to see that we do what we have to do for us to be able to restore Biafra fully on the ground and also win a recognition. I appreciate everyone that have been with us in this program from the beginning to end. Thank you all for all the support you have given. Thank you for all the contribution you have made. As we are rounding up, I will allow my beloved brother Ngozi to give us his closing remark while we round up on the program and catch up with other activities. My brother Ngozi, give us your closing remark as we are rounding up. Akonyo-Weather, are you still there? I'm not sure my brother Akonyo-Weather is still there. So my fellow Biafrans that is watching anywhere you're watching from, I want you to understand that we will not allow these criminals to bring their propaganda to us. There is one thing again I want to share with you, the latest propaganda that they are bringing. You know, they try to divide us. Mazin Dandekano came into the picture and stopped that very division, divide and rule. They are already starting divide and rule again today. In that divide and rule, you saw what is happening in their election of a leader of Orabueze. Remember that Master Simon Ekpa have given the order, the Prime Minister gave the order and said that Orabueze Nduhin and Dama is banned. We do not want to have anything to do with whatever is called Orabueze. We don't want to have anything to do with it. Our Prime Minister made it very, very clear that we don't have anything to do with it. But all of a sudden, we woke up and we see the Condor election. But after the Condor election, you see what happened. Tunubu and his co, Tunubu, Wike, and what do they call him? The other criminal in Enugu State. They went and elected their own Ohanaeze. And the other group went and elected their own Ohanaeze also in River State. And from the all looks of things, their constitution, the constitution for Ohanaeze, permits them to go to a place where they are going to choose a leader and elect a leader who is going to be there. It was done according to the explanation. But when it comes to this time, you know Wike is one of those who is trying to distort history. Wike is one of those trying to distort history and make sure that the unity in Biafra land does not stand. Today, Wike and Tunubu, with the idiot in Enugu State, they have installed their own leader of Ohanaeze. And some other group in Enugu State, in a Port Harcourt, put their own, and the governor recognized them. The governor of River State recognized the one in River State, and the drug baron in Asorok recognized the one him and the Wike planted with the man in Enugu State. You see, when we say that these people have nothing to offer us, this is it. When we say that every Ohanaeze group you see is formed by Nigerian government, this is it. And when it doesn't go their way, they will always put division. But this divide and rule we must not allow. We know whom we are. The man that emerged as Ohanaeze leader in Port Harcourt, in Anambra, in River State, the man is from Ikwere. And in the right sense, Ekpa is an Igbo. The man has been an Igbo person fighting all the way around. And when you see the qualification and the pedigree of the man, you will realize why the government of Nigeria decided to choose someone else. And I want to play this. Listen carefully to the explanation the man is going to make and the question will be asked here. Let us just listen to it. Let us end the program with this very part. Let's listen.
Well, human rights activist and former Secretary General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Uche Okuku, emerged as President General in another election in Port Harcourt. He joins me now from the River State capital. Good evening, Uche Okuku, and thanks for joining me on Newsnight.
Thank you very much.
All right. I just wanted to ask you about the election that happened today in Port Harcourt. I don't know if you were listening into the conversation with my other guest who presided over another election in Enugu that brought in Senator Mbata. How do you respond to what happened in Enugu?
I cannot respond to what I don't know about. All I know is that in line with our tradition, election was held on the 9th that culminated into the early hours of 10th of January 2025. In 2017, the Ohanaeze elections were held in Enugu because the President General coming from Enugu, who emerged from Enugu, Chief Nyawodo, is from Enugu, and the election was held in Enugu. In 2021, it was the turn of Imo State to produce the President General. The election was held in Imo State. In 2025, it is the turn of Rivers State to produce the President General. The election was held in Port Harcourt. And we concluded, the election was concluded in the wee hours of 10th of January 2025. I, Dim Uchechukwu Nnamdi, former Secretary General Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, I emerged victorious in that election.
Mr. Okuko.
I don't know about, yes, I don't know about any election that was held in Government House. In Government House in Enugu. It is not in line with our tradition. And of course, you don't hold election in Government House. How do you expect delegates to come into a caged place? Elections, even in political parties, are not held in Government House or in Aso Rock. Elections are held in places that people can access. So I can authoritatively tell you that the delegates were in Port Harcourt and returned officers. Now, the question people want to ask, why in Port Harcourt? I've told you it was held here because it was the turn of Rivers State to produce the National President General. Thank you.
Mr. Okuko, if I can just come in here for a bit, while you're telling us what happened in Port Harcourt, we also would like to know who presided over the Port Harcourt elections and what other officers were elected in that election that took place in Port Harcourt.
Of course, you know, if you had read through the papers, Dr. Achi presided over the election that returned the officers. Dr. K.K. Oba emerged the Deputy President General from Abia State. Manafa Obi emerged the Secretary General from Anambra. All the offices were filled. The list is with Admin Secretary. As I've said, you don't do something outside the Constitution, outside tradition, outside convention. It is a nullity.
You've said that you have no idea of whatever election happened in Enugu, but like it or not, there are reports that happened. We have reporters who were there at the election. The President Tinubu has congratulated the person that emerged President General in Enugu. But I just wanted to ask you, as President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, how do you plan to reconcile factions of Ohaneze Ndigbo? Because at this time, this Igbo social cultural organization needs to be united, don't you think?
Of course, I strongly believe we need a united front. And of course, you will agree with me, you may not have more knowledge of my background. I've committed my 30 years on this earth to the cause of the unity of the East and then the cause of Ndigbo. From 1995 to date is 30 years. In 1995, I was the National Legal Advisor, Eastern Nigeria Student.
I want you to pay attention to the pedigree of this man and what he has done. Now you begin to understand why Nigerian government will never use this kind of a person to be your Igbo, Ohaneze, whatever. Ohaneze is a political group politicized and used and abused by the government of Nigeria. You can see Hope Uzodinma, Peter Mba, and Tinubu with Wike installed somebody in Enugu State. Meanwhile, other groups are there in Port Harcourt installing somebody else. But I want you to listen to the pedigree of this man and his qualification, and you will now understand why he will never ever, they will never even support him or make him come close to anything there. These are political groups, and that is why they are banned. Someone will say they are banned, and they remain banned. It doesn't matter who they bring out. But I want you to just listen and hear the qualification of this man and what he has done before.
Association. In 1997, I was the country director. To date is 30 years. In 1995, I was the National Legal Advisor, Eastern Nigeria Student Association. In 1997, I was the country director of ENDOA, the Eastern Nigeria Delta Unity Association, a United Kingdom-based organization led by Chukwudu Bikazo. In the year 2000, I emerged the director of Legal Services, Movement for the Actualization of Sovereign State of Biafra. I went to Washington.
Mossab, this man was former member of Mossab. He has worked with Mossab. He has done things in Mossab in the issue of Biafra. Let's say he's a Biafran and he propagated Biafra. He has preached Biafra in the past under Mossab.
DC with Odumegwu Wazuika and others to open the Biafra House and Voice of Biafra International. In 2000,
that he went with eternal leader Dim Odumegwu and Wazurike to open Biafran House in the United States. These are roles he has played when it comes to the issue of Biafran people or Igbos.
And 5 was arrested and charged with treason along with other comrades. Released, I emerged that legal advisor, Ohaneze Youth Council. I was given an award for my position and principal position in Igbo land. The award was given to me by the Ohaneze Youth Council. The man who handed over the award to me was the late Ezife, former governor. I want to tell you, now, I have done a lot. I was Secretary General. If you Google me, I have been consistent that I'm an Igbo and that my people are Igbos. I had written articles in the past talking about Igbo unity, Igbo renaissance, that Igbos need to come together. So I'm irrevocably committed to the unity of Ndi Igbo. And I look forward to bringing the Igbos from the other states, you know, and bring them into Ohanese as member states of Ohanese. So I believe that we need one united Ohanese.
So you can see clearly that in the case, most of the reason why they are antagonizing him is because they want to maintain that Igberes are not Igbo. That is why he will never be supported. Mwike, the drug baron in Asorok, Pitamba, they are all in line with the Enugu State, and they are there electing someone else. Why these ones have done the elections over here? That is how they have politicized the issue of Biafra, and anything that has to do with the Igbos, more especially, is politicized. And that is why this Ohanese is banned and banned forever. Mazen Nandekano banned it, and Mazen Simon Ekpa also increased that ban. They are banned. We don't want them. They're not going to give any help either in making us know what we don't have to know. We know whom we are. And the Biafrans who are Biafrans know themselves. We know ourselves. There is no doubt on who we are or where we are coming from. We know whom we are. And nobody is going to change that or try to confuse us on what we do not know. Let's hear this.
Debt profile and empty treasury, according to Buhari, will inherit.
No, this is not this thing I'm looking for. I think that video has just gone out. I'm going to try to get it. Maybe in my next program, I'll play the video. So thank you so much for joining me on this program. Thank you for participating wherever you're participating. We must continue to do what we have to do for the restoration of Biafra. It is either Biafra or nothing. We have to walk the walk. We have to walk the talk. Walk the talk. We have talked and talked and talked. This is time to walk the talk. All the talk we have been talking, it is time for us to walk the talk. I thank you all for joining me on this program. I appreciate everybody who are connected, wherever you're connecting from. Please don't miss tomorrow's fundraising. Do not call your own area, call your own zone, call your own state, any state where you belong. Call them and let them know. Call your states. Make your own contribution, no matter how small. Even if you are living abroad, you can support your state. If you don't know your state, reach out to me. I'm going to give you the information about your state. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all of us. Secure us, give us that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to march on until we get to promised land. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekan. We pray that everything we work out for our own good, everything we lay our hand upon shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next time. Stay blessed and have a beautiful weekend.
Has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. I want people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit.
Hope. Asikwana na de Chineke ga-eme. Ọ ga-emekwa ịfụnanya. Ise n'igwe na nwere ihe ọ ga-eme maka Biafra. Ọ ga-eme ya ịfụ ya n'anya. Ịghọtago? Etu aka ọ dị. Ịghọtago? Ọnwa pie. Ọtụtụ 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 agwụgwọ